I did not knock over something. I did not. That's bullshit. I don't know if it even got picked up, so. I'm keeping my promise. Weekly death streams! I sound like I'm dying. I'm not actually dying. I'm just getting comfortable. I promise. I need to figure out what I want to do today, though. A dough. Yeah. I need to figure out what I want to do today, though. It's a whole thing. Okay, that's right. Go here. Everything looks good. I need to figure out what it is I'm doing today. There's like a million things that I could do. I want to work on Zenscript examples. And then if I finish that, I can do between lands compat, and then dynamically updating Huela info. The rest of this, I have like no idea. The bubble integration is maybe something I could do. Golden Age combat, dude, I would totally love to do that. Wait, maybe we can. Oh shoot, maybe it's possible to do that with there'd be no way though. I don't know what I'm trying to say. That's the problem. Hello, hello. Hi. Welcome to Strem. Um, yeah, okay. Strem. It is Strem time. Today is code. Okay, so I don't I don't know what I'm gonna do here. No, just make this an untitled text file. Thank you. Okay, so I think I can do Control Shift plus, yes. Yeah, we'll go like this big. This should be visible. Let me see. How does it look on stream? Yeah, it looks on it looks on stream. If you're full screen, you could definitely see it. Well, then if you're full screen, you can't see it. Dude, whatever. I heard the click clack your keyboard. There you go. Def looks on stream. Okay. So I go a couple lines down, so I'm not typing into the goal. Dude. What is this? What is? I don't know if I can put my mouse over it. What is? I think I got the right spot. I don't know, here or something. I don't know. Mouse isn't showing up. Whatever. Who cares? Oh wait, it. Oh wait, dude, there it is. That freaking emoji is not showing up. Anyway, what am I doing? I'm working on things. There's things I can work on. Obviously, there's more Zenscript examples for the wiki. There's also the idea of I have arrived. Welcome. I am brainstorming what I'm doing. Okay, hold on. Wait, I know what to do here. I do this, and then I do that. There we go. Perf. Doing good. Doing good. There's that. There's also between lands integration. This is all for DDD, by the way, if that wasn't apparent. And then there's, so this is issue number 85, triple D. This is technically issue number 21. And then there's Diners, drive-ins, and diners, drive-ins, and dives, or dire ducks. Those are your choices. I'm not typing. No, I'm not typing out the meme. That makes no sense. Anyway, there's also the what I'm gonna call the dynamic Huela info, and that is issue number 97. And then there's the bobbles integration, and that's number 31. There's no way I do all of this stream, but these are things that technically we'll work on. We're gonna start with this. Because yeah, there's also a smooth font bug that I don't know how to fix, and that's number 89. I have no idea how to fix this thing. The issue does not provide enough information on how to. Look, you fix that. I think 92 I can close. And 66 I have no freaking idea if I'm gonna even do that. We could see though. So I did have a list. This is not the right folder. It's not in a folder, it's just on my desktop. Where is it? It should be... Yes, DDD, Zenscript examples. What do we got here? Alright. So we did the immune to diamond weapons thing. Oh, I think I want to do... Okay, so for the Zenscript examples, there's what I'm gonna call true damage. And then there's going to be what I'm gonna call... What am I gonna call it? What the heck am I calling it? Oh, like game stages stuff. Okay, so we got that. True damage. What in the world is true damage? Now, I did technically write a script for this earlier, but wait, this is gonna be under run scripts. True. Yeah, this. And then we also need to define a distribution. So this creates a damage type for true damage. The idea behind true damage is that it's damage that's going to just bypass everything. No, we will configure no mobs to have resistance to true damage, so true damage just goes straight through, right? That's the idea. So this will create it. This is sort of the minimum things you need to create a damage type. Originally, oh, sorry, not originally. Additionally, you would probably want to define like the color for the text that appears on things, but we're never gonna have this appear as like this mob has this resistance or this weapon inflicts this kind of damage, because we want this damage to be applied in very specific scenarios to bypass things. So we don't need to set the color or anything else. We can leave the rest as their default values. That being, we don't need to... Let me pull up the other stuff that can be set here. Damage type builder. We don't need to set... We don't need to set whether it's physical or special. It's not going to matter. It will. The default is that it's a special type as opposed to a physical type, but we're going to leave it as a special type. This seems fine. again, we're setting the display name here just because, but technically this is also optional. Technically you only need this and then this. But we are going to have this. We don't need death message. I don't think we need a death message for this. We could use a death message for this. An example damage type is this one. This is the example damage type that's on the wiki. We create an example damage type because this is an example. Its display name is example. And if there's no attacker, so you just perished from some random source that inflicted example damage, the death message is the world made an example out of your name goes where defender is. But if there was a mob that attacked you and they defeated you with example damage, then the death message is the attacker made an example out of the defender. I think it's really funny. And then this color is the color of the text that appears. This is a like a light greenish color. But this is already in the wiki, so I don't need to put this down. But these are like the things you would set for the type, just so that we're all aware. But I don't need to set any of that. What I do need to set is in the distribution builder. I need to create a distribution builder. So, let's do distribution builder. So I can just use it right off of this. It's fine. It should be fine anyway. If it's not, I'm gonna have a drink. That's a threat. Trudist. Let me type, dude. Mods.ddd.distributions because I can't create packages that sound reasonable. I've gone over this before and I'll say it every time. Okay, true something. I don't know. I'll figure out what I want this to be. The name doesn't really matter. Now I need to set the distributions context. Did I actually end up setting the distributions context anywhere? When I used Diamond Immunity? I didn't... No, I didn't do that. Right, so this is an entirely different thing. This is all creature types and stuff. What's the other Zenscript example? The other Zenscript example is the lightning arrow thing, which is fine. So I need to set the weight of the distribution. So trudist dot set weight. Now all the weights of all the damage types have to add up to 100%. And I'm gonna set the damage type for the true damage type using literally the exact same thing that I typed here. I'm gonna set that to 1. Or no, I'm gonna set it to 0.5. I wonder if I could do this. That's gonna be really interesting. And then trudist dot set weight. I don't think I have the ability to access other distributions at this point. I don't think I can even get distributions. That's fine. So I can use bracket handlers for this, because I'm going to use a built-in type here, but I'm going to just do bludgeoning. I'm going to set that to 0.5. So 50% of this is going to be bludgeoning damage. 50% of this is going to be true damage. It's just going to go straight through resistances. And it's going to go straight through armor, because we're not going to... The idea is to not configure armor to have any true damage effectiveness. And so then true damage just, like, goes right through. That's the idea. It's the idea. So... I don't think the priority matters here. The priority isn't going to matter. We don't need to change the priority. Instead, we want true dis. This is where things are going to get tricky. Dot is context applicable. And that's going to be a function that's going to take... The function takes... this dist. I'm just going to call it this dist. That's this distribution right now. The source, so the damage source that's being inflicted, and the target. So the poor sod who's going to be taking this damage. And what I'm thinking of doing here, I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do this, so I'm actually going to have to look into the documentation, or maybe even test this. The true source and the... Oh, wait. Wait. I know how I can check this. I am a genius. Okay, check this out. Instead of, like, going through that, let's use what we have, you know? Let's go into the damage calculation lib. Dude, I know my code. And then what I want to find the damage source class. I need to find damage source class. Take me to damage source. Yeah, dude. Open this. Okay, take me here. Open declaration. Yes, okay. Play damage, cause air damage, fireball, stone, indirect magic, thorns damage, cause explosion damage. Now, there should be... I think this is the one I want. This one. So, this will create an explosion that will create... entity damage source. Oh, that's explosion. Oh, so it's set to explosion. Otherwise, it's just new damage source explosion. And it's set explosion. Okay, so this is an entity damage source. An entity damage source has a damage source entity. Okay, bear with me for just the briefest of moments. So this damage source, what am I doing? What am I doing here? I would like to set up something kind of cool. Let's set up something where charged creeper explosions do 50% true damage. So a charged creeper, 50% of its damage just can't be blocked by armor and, like, bludgeoning resistance and stuff. So 50% of the damage from a charged creeper is just going to punch right through everything and pretty much hit you no matter what, barring a resistance potion effect. Whereas the other 50% is just going to do regular bludgeoning damage. Now, explosion is bludgeoning damage by default. That is the default configuration. I'm going to find it because I am. It says, what am I doing? Damage. Yeah. So this is you can configure it to be whatever you want, right? but by default, it's being set to full bludgeoning damage. You could set it to fire damage if you wanted to. Now, if you set it to fire damage, then ideally in this, if you were to use this example, you would set this to fire as well. You'd have this match the explosion distribution. But we're just going to take half of whatever that explosion distribution is and make it true damage. That's the idea. So, with the source, I can figure out if the source is explosion. So, for starters, if not source.explosion, and what I'm doing here is I'm setting up something called guard statements, where if the source is not an explosion, then we don't care to evaluate the rest of the context. We already know that it doesn't count, because it only needs to apply if it's an explosion caused by a charged creeper. So if it's not an explosion, just return false. I don't need to care. This way, I don't need to have a bunch of nested if blocks. I don't need to say if the source is an explosion, then if it's a creeper, then if it's charged, then return true. I can just say if it's not an explosion, doesn't count. If it's not a creeper, doesn't count. If the creeper's not charged, doesn't count. I basically hit everything that it's not instead of everything that it is. You can do it either way. This is how I want to do it. This is how I want to do it for the wiki as well, so that it's readable, legible. So if source dot what does it set? What does it set? What does it set for this for explosion damage? This sets an entity damage source, which is going to do damage source entity. Okay, it's storage damage. True source is going to be damage source entity. What about immediate source? Are you gonna get immediate source? Oh, get immediate source is get true source normally, unless otherwise indicated. Okay, so it doesn't matter what I do. I can do either one. Close this, I don't need this. So source dot true source. I can just do true source. This is an entity. If it's an instance of entity living base, because it needs to be a creeper, right? I'm pissed that I closed this, because now I need to know. Yeah, event attacker instance of entity living base. I basically do the same thing. If it's not an instance of entity living base, I might need to do it like this. Evaluate this, then negate it. Return false here. Now what I can do is I can do val mob equals val mob as entity living base equals source dot true source, because source dot true source is an entity, but I need an entity living base. If it's not an entity living base, it can't be a creeper. If it can't be a creeper, I don't care. That's basically how that works. You know? You know? Yeah. Okay. Glad we're all following along. Okay. Let me think here. Any change the music I'm listening to. This is not okay. This is not okay. Okay, you'll do nicely. Random song. Okay, where was I? We have this. Now what I want to do is I need to check to see if it's a creeper. If not, actually, dude, what do I want to do here? It's gonna be entities, iEntity, living base. Wait, can you use a? Can you get this with the thing? Actually, get the definition. Get the definition. Get definition. Get definition. Where's definition? Dude, where's definition? I know there was a thing that can do this. I'm just scrolling way past it, probably. It might actually be under iEntity. Yeah, it is. iEntity definition. You can use bracket handlers for that. Okay, so if not, sorry, if mob.definition is not equal to entity Minecraft creeper, I think I can do it like that. Because it should always be the same thing. Like, it should be the same referenced thing. Okay, so now I know it's a creeper, and I know it's an explosion. It was an explosion caused by a creeper. So, what I need to do is I now need to check to see if the creeper is charged. But there's no like specific thing I can't check a creeper specifically. I need to figure out where the creeper as an entity or as an entity living base, where it stores that flag that says whether it's charged or not. Open type hierarchy for this for entity living base. I'm gonna find creeper specifically. Entity living, entity creature, entity mob, entity creeper. So it has this data parameter that says whether it's powered. Now, I need to see where does it say that? Entity creeper primed or death. Okay, that's for dropping skulls. See, this is literally how it does it. This is how it does it in game. If the true source is caused by a creeper, and the true source is not this creeper, which makes sense. And if the creeper true source is powered, and that's able to cause skull drops, then drop skulls, right? But I basically can't do this in Zenscript that easily. I need to figure out like where that is stored because it has a data manager to get this thing, right? At least I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna have to double check. Huh. I need to figure out a way to figure out if it's powered. So it has a data manager, but I don't think I can access this data manager directly. I have an idea. Tags? Wait, what the heck? Wet is wet. XYZ, motion, position, rotation, looking direction, NBT. That is probably what I need. Because I'm pretty sure there is nothing, I don't have any other option. So I'm pretty sure I have to use its NBT. Now, this is tags, which is also interesting. I don't... Where are tags set? Dude, I don't care. That's right to NBT. Oh, right tags. Interesting. How can I add a tag to it? Let's read from NBT. Let's set tags to add. Because I could add a tag whenever it gets struck by lightning. That's another option. Let's let's look at the creeper from on the Minecraft wiki because I can find out its data information or like how the NBT is structured for it. Where, dude, scroll past all this garbage. So this is an entity data. It has tags common to all entities, tags common to all mobs. So it has a powered thing, which is just right there. It's not in, and it's not like contained in anything. Which makes sense. How does you even write this? Oh, you said it here. Yeah, so write entity MBT, it writes it, and then it sets a boolean just on that compound. So it's at the root level. It's at the root level. Okay, okay. It's at the root level. Bear with me. Mob.nbt. I'm about to pop off. At least I hope I'm gonna pop off. I might not. Oh, the NBT gets an iData. Why does it not get a data map? Oh, it gets an iData, which is a data map? So each data map is an iData. Okie dokie. That's good to know. How do I retrieve members? Oh. I can either do member get, or I can just do mob.nbt.powered. Now, if it doesn't exist, what do you do? Index and members. Data map member. Okay, yeah, but what if it doesn't exist? If it doesn't exist, it should be cast from. It is a boolean. Right, it should be data bool. Return as data bool. Cast it. Because if it's null or whatever and that gets casted, it should be fine. I have no idea. Okay. This might work. This basically just checks for a charge creeper explosion. And if it is a charge creeper explosion, if it's a charge creeper explosion, this flag will be set. If it's not a charge creeper explosion, this flag won't even exist. You know? So, there's that. Oh, I need to build it. Through dis.build. Okay. That should hopefully work. Otherwise, I can do something else. I can set a tag. Now, let's say you have something like nitro creepers from Natura, which are in like FTB Continuum. I don't know if they can be charged, but maybe they can be charged. In which case, this script wouldn't work for nitro creepers because nitro creepers, while they are creepers, they aren't a creeper. They're just creepers. Like they're a type of creeper, but they're not the creeper mob specifically. So then you could use, instead of checking the definition to see if it was a creeper, you could check the definition, or sorry, you can create a creature type that encapsulates all creepers to capture creeper and nitro creeper, and then check that creature type. Which I might add an additional check for. Like, I might extend the script to, like, add that part in. Could be cool. I don't know if nitro creepers can be charged, though. I don't see why not, but I also have no way to, like, immediately check. That looks bad. Hmm. Yeah, that seems bad. I think something broke with the script. Just minor hunch. And I'm pretty sure that was from the script we just ran. Error executing a true.zs, bad type on operand stack. Value I any not assignable to string. What are you talking about? Did you say it's line 39? There is no line 39, dude. What are you even going on about? Hold on. Cannot find type I entity living base. Literally, what are you talking about? Literally, what are you talking about? I messed something up here. If that was not apparent. But what did I mess up? That's the big thing. Cannot find type I entity living base on line 16? What do you mean? Do I need to import it because... No way, dude. Because I did the same thing with this thing. I never actually checked, though. Interesting. There might be something else I can check. Hold on. There might be something else I can check. I don't need this. There might be something else I can check instead of checking if it's an entity. Well, there is another option. Which is to literally do the creature group thing, the creature type thing that I just mentioned. Which would definitely work. That would definitely work. Or at least it should. I'm gonna have to check that because that's really interesting. Content tweaker. Content tweaker should create an extra folder. Yeah. Use this folder. That's a different thing. It doesn't say though, that's the thing. It doesn't say that like you can't access craft tweaker things within the script or whatever, so that'd be really dumb. I know it would be explosion dot layer instead of explosion because if the entity that's causing the explosion is not null, which it wouldn't be. Let's see. How do you explode? This dot world dot create explosion. New explosion. New explosion. On explosion start. Do explosion A. Do explosion B. It creates an explosion. Surely this sets the damage thing. What the? What? Oh, this is where it's gonna do it. Damage source, cause explosion damage. From the explosion. It still does explosion dot player anyway. Yeah, no, it would still do the same thing. It would still work. Um, not find type I entity living base. Dude, that's so weird. Why can you not find the type? Maybe I need to import it. Maybe. You know? Just mebs. Whoa. Dude, type. Craft tweaker dot entity dot I entity living base. Maybe I need the import if I'm casting. Actually, I think I do. Pretty sure I do. I entity living base. Entity I entity living base. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Okay, so that's that problem. That's this thing here and this thing here. Cannot find type data bool. Oh yeah, I would need to import that as well. Import craft tweaker dot data bool. I don't know. I don't know if that's the actual thing. Um, Actually, it's not data bool. It's iData. I just need the iData. That should have the data bool in it. Because I should be able to cast with it. Once it eventually says that. You can cast iData to a specific type using data.asType. Oh, you can also use the iData interface to convert types. I might be dumb. Dot as bool. Okay, that's that problem. No such member create. What are you talking about? Okay, I know what it's talking about. My bad. Um, any values not yet supported. That's for different stuff because that wasn't created. Not a valid L value on line 12. Well, that's good for you. I don't know what was on line 12. I got rid of those two lines. Oh, yeah, that's what it was complaining about. And then on 25, which was here, but that could be for a variety of reasons. Okay. I got this. I got this. I know what I'm doing. I know how this works. You know, I got this. All right. I'm confident that it has not. It'll work. It'll work now. It seems legit now, you know? It should work. Dang it. Okay, but that's fine. Operator not supported on line 22. Okay, okay, hear me out. What's line 22? That. Why? Wait, no, but like actually why? Alright, fine, fine. I have a solution for this. I wanted to be decent, you know. I wanted to be nice or whatever, but we're gonna do it differently, alright? We're gonna do it differently. Right here, it doesn't like this. Why? Because it doesn't. So we're just gonna add a .id and a .id. Now that'll work, because that is how this one does it. True source of definition.id is not Minecraft skeleton.id. We're gonna do that. That works. I can't compare the definitions directly for some reason, so we'll just compare the ID strings directly. Works for me. Maybe I should do CT syntax to see if I have any syntax errors next time instead of just constantly closing. That would make sense. That's big brain there. That has immense brain. That's what I'm gonna call that. I'm gonna call that immense brain. Oh, let's maximize this. The game crashed. Cool. Wait, how though? Why? What did you crash on? Unregistered damage types used for true something. True. What are you talking about? Distribution builder. Map. Okay. Distributions.get b.name is no distribution already name. Filtered is not registered. Compose damage types that get a DDD prefix if needed. But why? Wait, no, that actually doesn't make sense. Wait, no, that actually doesn't make sense. It worked before. Wait, why doesn't it work now? Probably because there's something here that's not working. Show me the log. Internal damage type. Yeah, that's for example damage type bad. That's expected. Loading script true.zs. But it worked. What the heck, dude? What? If that happens again, I have a theory. Actually, I don't have a theory. If that happens again, I have no theory. No theory. I fixed it so well, I caused another problem, dude. How do you even do that? I mean, if you answered with great difficulty, I would believe you. Are you gonna crash again? You are. It's consistent. Ain't that something? Why? Like, actually, why? In pre-init, it registers the damage types. Hold on. What the fuck? Yeah, okay. Okay, it registers those damage. Um, that's really interesting. You know? I find that fascinating. I find that absolutely fascinating. That makes negative sense, you know? Negative sense. Unless I Yeah, dude, I makes negative sense. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Where's the Minecraft thing? This thing? Yeah, hide that. We're going back to this. We're debugging this. Right here. We're right here. Okay, so we go in. Step in is F5. Okay. So this is a really readable color. Oh my gosh. Can I, for the love of all that is holy, fix this? Editor. Syntax coloring? Templates. Content assist. No. General editors. Text editors. Structured text editors. File associations, autosave. Dude, where is the thing? Appearance. Colors and fonts. Java. Java doc background. Set to default information background color. This is horrendous, by the way. I hate this. Um, Declaration view background. Java doc background. It's the same thing. View and ender full. Oh, debug. Wait, debug. Console font. What the? Why is this like the most unlegible color I've ever seen in my life? Keys foreground color. That's fair. I thought I would have found it here. Not there. Not there. Editors. Dude, it is ugly. Okay, well, for starters, I hate this. Go to default. Information background color. I hate this. Um, that's 66, 66, 66. Can I set it to the same thing? Thank you. Apply that. So now that'll make things interesting. Declaration view background. I don't know if it's that. It might be. I'm gonna edit this as well to be that. Apply. So that I can see. Shit, dude. Apply and close. For now. Why? What did you do? Dude, I clicked apply and close. Why are my preferences window not responding? Dude, what the... What? Dude, why does my password proc when I'm coding? This makes no sense. Oh, no, we're good. We're good. It should, Oh, I hate that so much. Hold on. I need to fix that too. I hate that immensely. Content assist. Where's the content assist? Content assist background color. Edit. Content assist foreground color. Like, wait. Like regular text color. Apply and close. Thank you. So much better. Why are you this horrible color? Java doc background. Overrides default. No, no, no. Don't edit. Set to that. Java doc's text color. Set the default information text color. Information text color should be pure white. Okay, now I think... Why? Dude, this content assist looks horrible. No, don't override the default. Set it to the default, dude. It's not rocket science. Okay. There we go. Finally. My goodness. I still haven't fixed the fact that this thing looks like completely unlegible, but whatever. Um, why is builders empty? But it should have... Wait a second. Registering distribution. Registering creature type. Registering distribution. Dude, I want to see. Pause, dude. Pause, 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 pause. Actually, you know what? Stop it. Terminate it. Get this out of here. Run it again. Why was builders empty? Builders.add. It should add the thing. Wait, that makes no sense. Go into this thing. Builders is empty. Step return. Step over that. The damage types registry. Open the implementation for this. It should... Ooh, that's weird. Because it worked before, but it doesn't work now. Because the example damage type... This is for creature types. Thank you! Look at this! We made the follower goal! Thank you very much! Small neuro. Nevro? We'll go small neuro. Hooray! Okay. I take a quick pause from the rabbit hole I fell down. Let me set a new goal. End goal. I've ended the goal. Okay. Manage the goal. I can spell words. Start the goal. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Mod integration. Yes. Hello, J Barrow. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I've dived in a rabbit hole that I'm very curious about. Before, okay, okay. But wait, why did it work before? I don't understand. Hello, hello. So, okay. Here's, I think I know why it worked before. No way. I think I know why it worked before. I thought it, dude, no way. I need to check. This should state the creation source. I'm about to pop off if I can figure out why this works. This is acid, so that's fine. That's bludgeoning, that's cold, that's fire, that's force, that's lightning, that's necrotic, that's normal, that's piercing, that's poison, that's psychic, that's radiant, that's slashing, that's thunder, that's unknown. That's unknown creature type. That's anvil distribution, cactus distribution, falling block, fly into wall, lightning bolt, wither, evoker fangs, guardian, thorns, daylight, built-in fire, built-in piercing, built-in poison, instant potions, parrot poison, explosion. Is streaming my computer's 12 feet down. My computer is 12 feet down the other floor. Oh, what? Oh, dude, look at this. Look at this. So, here's the thing. What just happened right now is, the... Where is it? This. So, when I showed this, when I created the example damage type, I also created an example distribution that used this example damage type. This one here. It uses the example damage. And I thought this was fine. Because, provided that this registration of this example damage type occurs before this distribution is built to try and reference this damage type doesn't exist, we're fine. But wherever this other thing is, integration craft trigger types. And that happens because in the pre-init stage, I register the custom types from Zenscript, and then in the init stage, I register the distributions. So the types are registered before the distributions. I thought that was fine. What really happened right now is I have a JSON file right here called example damage type. This is how you used to originally define custom types. You used to originally define custom types using a JSON file. Now I left this in because, like, why not? But there is a toggle to determine if DDD loads custom types from JSON or not. But that is on, and so it is loading this example type, but it's not loading this example type from Zenscript because when I go to register the types, the scripts have not run. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. The scripts do not run by the end of the pre-init stage. But by the end of the init stage, they need to have run. They need to have run already by the end of the init stage. Because the issue I'm going to run into is if you try to, so this loads from the integration kernel, and then it does the pre-init at the end of DDD's pre-init. It does the pre-init for mod integration stuff. At the end of the init stage, it does the init stuff for mod integration stuff as well. The problem is that at the beginning of the init stage, it reads from the config. If you create a custom damage type, which you then wish to reference through the config file, if I don't load the custom damage types before this line, the config will get super confused because it won't be able to find those types. Those types won't exist. Those types need to exist by the time the config runs. Oh, I thought it'd be fine to put it here. But I need to put it here. But this is how I do init and stuff. I need to set up a separate thing. I need to set up a public static final void. Do init start. FML pre-initialization event EVT. Filter if unsuccessful. I mod integration. I need to put a thing here. Default boolean init start. FML initialization event EVT. Return true. And then what I need to do here is I need to put documentation for this. Start of init stage. Ideally used for information that is not accessible during pre-init, but needs to be handled before config is read. So we got that. Initialization event. True if initialize blah, 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 blah. Before config was successful. We'll move on to init. Look, we continued in the start of initialization phase. Okay, so we have that. Now, I get you, we're fine. I mod integration init start. Take EVT. What do you mean? What's your problem? By predicate, I'm on integration, you in the type, mod integration kernel. No, dude, initialization event. There you go. Okay, so then it is initialized. Filter if unsuccessful. So then, and then that occurs right here. Mod integration kernel dot do init start event. So now this will happen before it reads the config, but after pre-init. Now I have to go wherever the cot integration is. Did I close the file? Am I really that person who does that? I am that person who does that, aren't I? You gotta be kidding me. Because this is alphabetical, isn't it? Yeah, it's alphabetical. You're really joking. I really am the person who just closes that file. No, wait! Never mind, doesn't matter. Is this for your Twitch stream or Twitch stream or for Minecraft? This is a Minecraft mod. So actually, hold on. I got a little distracted there. Allow me to explain. If you scroll down on the Twitch page, there's like a whole bunch of information there. And there is a list of my Minecraft mods that I have created. This is one of them. So this modding that I'm doing is for one of those Minecraft mods. And the mod in question is DDD, or Distinct Damage Descriptions. I'm doing modding for that one. And yes, you can find it on GitHub as well. So, yep. That's what I'm doing. So this needs to be in its start, basically. So that it does it a little bit earlier, but not too early. No, whoops, that's wrong. This. In its start. Dot init start. But yeah, basically just so the answer is sort of like yes for both. This is modding for Minecraft, but I'm also doing it on Twitch to just hang out and chat. And if people have like questions about setting up configs for my mods, or if they have questions about like things with like Zenscript and other mod related things, I'd be happy to answer them at the same time. Right? So the stream does like double duty basically. So now the init is going to do that. So we know that if it's registered, if the damage type is registered in pre-init, it will exist, or sorry, if it's registered in JSON, it'll exist before here, but this needs to be done at this part. I would be really pissed off if this does not work, because that means that there is no time when the script can run between this point, or sorry, between this point and this point. There's no point when the script runs, and that's gonna be really annoying. I'm hoping that the script runs during the pre-init phase, but maybe just like afterwards, at the end of pre-init phase. I'm pissed if it doesn't do it. I got japed by having the JSON type be the exact same, and so I thought it worked, but it didn't. That is for acid. That's for bludgeoning, cold, fire, force, lightning, necrotic, normal, piercing, poison, psychic, radiant, slashing, thunder, unknown, unknown creature type, anvil distribution, cactus, fall, falling block, fly into wall, lightning bolt, lither, evoker fangs, guardians, thorns, daylight, built-in fire, built-in piercing, built-in poison, instant potion, parrot poison, explosion, DDD arcane, DDD example, Jason, example, dude, it finally fucking worked. Wait, no, no, stop, pause. Okay, keep going. This is for like Knight's mobs. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Come on. Register the other damage type, dude. Don't crash on me, dude. Don't do it. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you that believes in me. We're still in pre-init, I guess. This is bad. No, that's fine. Okay, we're here. Step in. Catch throwable? Dude, what are you throwing? Invocation target exception? On what? What did I invoke that was bad? Okay, it's different though. Nitty the example was already registered. Original registration source JSON. Oh, yeah. This means it worked! I've never been so excited to see a crash before in my life. Yeah, because you can't register a type that already exists. Yeah, let's go. Now how do I deal with that? We need a professional coder. Dude, yeah, that's fair. It worked, dude. It worked. Okay, I need more neurons. I need to decide what I want to do with this example JSON. Let's do example JSON. Let's just call it example JSON. You know? It's different. Bruh. They are professional code panic. No, I got this. Watch. I got this. I so got this. I so got this. Dude, I've been listening to like the same like 1.5 minute song on repeat for like the past hour. What is my brain on, dude? Dude, I need something different. I mean, it's not bad, but I need something different in my ears right now. But I don't know what is the different thing I want in my ears. This is the problem. This is a problem. You know what? Whatever. My cat is barking at me? Whoa, 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 wait. Something about that statement does not add up. It's the most specific Google search I've done in my entire life. Um, Annotations page, dude? What in the world even? Okay, I got it. General editors, text editors, annotations. Who uses this color? How's that? I still can't see anything with that. That's like too. Dude, I cannot see the word string. Okay. What about like this? Oh, dude, beautiful. I can read it now. I can actually read what I'm looking at. And it's pretty obvious where it is. Okay. Yes, dude. Yes. Let's just experiment with this real quick. I don't know, we like the purple better or do we like the blue better? Purple or blue? Like blue? Okay, we go with blue. Thank goodness, dude, I found that option. You don't know how long I've just like if I wanted to read it, just highlighted the text so I could see it. I'm Yep, blue's good. Alright. Anyway, I've gotten that settled. Um let's keep going. That's radiant, that's slashing, that's thunder, that's unknown, that's the unknown creature type, that's the anvil, cactus, fall, falling block, fly into wall, lightning bolt, wither, evoker fangs, guardian, thorns, daylight, built-in fire, built-in piercing, built-in poison, instant potions, parrot poison, explosion. The arcane, and the example Jason. And then that's the Jason distribution. That's the example creature type. And there we go. Okay. Your sea green for me. It's good. It's good. It's not gonna crash this, guys. It's not gonna crash this, guys. It's not gonna crash this time, guys. I need a stop for like 5 more milliseconds before I speak so that I can realize that the words I'm saying in that order makes negative sense, and then correct that. That's that. That's that. Now we're here. Now if I do that, it's going to get us here, and it's going to register a damage type. Must wait about 3 more hours for a game to come out. Ooh. This is registering the example damage. From Content Tweaker. Step return on this. Step return on that. And go out there. Now we've registered DDD true, which is also from Content Tweaker. I think this is an example distribution. Yeah, that's the example distribution. This is the lightning arrow distribution. This is the true explosion distribution, which got registered without an issue. And then we have the smited distribution, which is built in from Lycanite's mobs. We have the minion projectile, which is built in from Lycanite mobs. We have Doomfire, Frostfire, Hellfire, Icefire, Primefire, Scorchfire, Shadowfire, Smitefire, Acid, Ooze. And we're registering a tracker for the battle sign. And I think we're good. Oh my gosh, I think it finally worked. Dude? Dude? We are... Wait. Yeah, fading to the same thing is not going to do anything. I know this now. There we go. Much better. That's not how you spell Euclidean. But now that it works, behold, you ain't seen what I got planned. Actually, you have seen what I've got planned, because I literally coded it on stream. And those errors right there, those are intentional. Those are supposed to happen. That's part of the debugging process. I have scripts that are intentionally supposed to error, so that I know that they error. So those scripts are intentional. For some reason, when in this Minecraft, the game will chug every 7.5 seconds. So, like, can we donate to do damage? No, this mod is not a Twitch integration mod. This mod is a... What's it? It's a mod, for pack makers to introduce more RPG-style damage types. Like, think like D&D 5e and stuff like that, how there's, like, different damage types. This mod adds all of that kind of stuff. It's for pack makers. And this mod has been around since 2020, so it's actually, like, not a new mod. This is a mod that's been out for a while. Yeah, I don't know why the game... I think the game just, like, struggles to exist. Which makes sense. No, it doesn't. It makes no sense. So, okay, what I can do here, instead of... Hold on. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. You're still going to be immune to that. I can only hit you with this sword. Why are you freezing? I need to put this creeper in a box. Why are you freezing? I'm gonna put you in the most depressing box you've ever been in. Yep. Most depressing box. See, now he's stuck in a box with me. Why are you frozen, game? Are you serious? What happened? It broke. Okay, encounter unexpected exception. At content tweaker true dot handle. So line 25 of this, we have a problem. Line 25? Where's true? There's true. Oh, dude, that's why. Because it doesn't exist! It doesn't exist! I said this earlier. If the creeper is not powered, this NBT tag does not exist. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna... KMS. Okay. So... how can I determine if it exists? Oh! Yes, dude. I am a genius. Actually, I don't know. Hold on. Oh, that's going to... Okay. Okay. I have an idea. Okay, yeah, dude, I got this. Okay, if mob dot nbt, wait, no, if is null, mob dot nbt dot powered, return false. Otherwise, return mob.nbt.powered.asbool. Basically. In case for some reason the flag gets set to false, it still exists. I don't want to just check for the presence of it. I want to make sure it's true. Return mob.nbt.powered.asbool. Yes. Alright, see you later, dude. Bye-bye. Adios. Okay. I have solved the issue. Probably. Hopefully. Mark my words. He literally popped and the game broke. Dude, he not only he exploded the entire game. Dude, oh my gosh, I need to do that. I need to, what's it? What I need to do is if I need to make a troll mod basically where creeper explosions literally crash the game. It just crashes the game. Dude, I need to do that. It wouldn't be like Chaos Edition where it's all random. It's just like there are these very specifically annoying things where like creeper explosions crash the game. It's a feature. Why? Because it'd be so funny. Oh my gosh, it'd be so funny. Like, if it's an explosion from a creeper and a player takes damage. So if a creeper explodes and, like, hits, like, a skeleton or whatever, that's, like, different. Actually, no. Creepers don't explode on things. Creepers only attempt to explode on players. Like, they won't explode on anything else. Because they don't aggro anything else. I'm pretty sure, anyway. At least in vanilla. Because you don't see creeper explosions anywhere. So, it's really funny. Dude, it'd be really funny. Instead of just taking damage, the game just crashes. Oh my gosh, dude, that's so funny. I'm gonna do that at some point. Anyway, I am getting distracted here. So basically, mod makes it permanent death. Although you reload the game, and the creeper's still gonna exist. Basically, creepers can't die by exploding because if they explode, the game crashes, which means the game actually rolls back a little bit to before the crash because it just rolls back to the last time the game was like more or less saved, right? So it rolls back there. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, dude. It's just an entire meme mod. I don't know if I could get it approved on modern third curse words. It might be like, okay, this is a little too spicy. They might think it's a little too spicy. Skeleton cooldown, like their shooting cooldown, um, is like a quarter of a second. They're just boop, 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 boop. I'll call it Minecraft Very Good Edition. It's so good. See, Creeper's gone. Because it was before the Creeper took damage. Or whatever. Something like that. Anyway, let's see what happens. Aha! It worked! Well, it didn't crash the game. This shield should block some of that damage. But I may have been looking in the wrong way. Wait, it doesn't even have a listed shield distribution. Why do you not have a listed shield distribution, my guy? Oh, because it's... Um... Armor effectiveness is there. Wait a second. What the heck? Those may have broken. I might need to, Why does Diamond Chestplate not have any armor effectiveness? What the hecku? Why does the shield not have any shield effectiveness? What the hecku? Alright. Fine, we fix it. No problem. Everything is fine. There's no worry. Hello, schmooze mates. How you doing? Can I slash summon a lightning bolt? Okay. Now it's powered. I'm good. Currently trying to not have the game like destroy everything or break things. Okay, now this should do true damage and bludgeoning damage. Yes, 38 bludgeoning, 38 true. 38 damage that's true that just kind of like goes straight through. It'll go through shields and everything too. Dude, that's crazy. 38, yeah. Well, I mean, that is a point-blank charge creeper explosion. So that's not that surprising. But the script works as intended. What doesn't work is a couple things. I'm gonna check. It might be an issue with the default values for the config, or it might be an issue with this thing. So let's check that. Shield resistances. Oh, there's no shield resistances. Why are there no shield resistances? Why? Oh, default shield distribution, all effectiveness. Effectiveness to all types. This should have reverted shields to their normal vanilla behavior. Oh, that's why I did that. That's why I did that. Wait, but then it should have blocked. It should have blocked. Boop, 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 boop. Attack info, damage, show hurt info. When entity is about to take damage and DDD reduces damage via shields and applies armor bonuses. DDD will log the armor bonuses that the entity gets for that attack as a result of the armor distributions along with their current damage. Okay, hold on. I gotta head out. Alright, thank you for stopping by. Have a good day. I'm still gonna eat shit and die, right? Well, I have resistance. Oh, I have resistance. I should probably turn that off. Let's, like, maybe give myself a little bit more range to, do that. Slash game mode 0. Not 90. There is no game mode 90. Final damage 18. The current damage was 20, so the armor did work. That's all that matters. So now I'm going to check that with the shield. The shield should work. But since the shield has all effectiveness, since the shield has all effectiveness, it should still block the damage. Yep. But that's because these are unconfigured, and that's done intentionally. Okay, now I know. Now I know. Get me out of here. Okay, so that's that, right? Like, that's that example. So that actually finishes up this example while also fixing big bug. Okay, fix big bug. That's important. Okay, I have found the cause of the issues. I am... What I'm doing right now is, so I have a mod called Distinct Damage Descriptions, and that mod adds like D&D style damage types and like kind of like a lot of tabletop RPG kind of systems to Minecraft, or well, it attempts to anyway. And it's trying to make that as customizable as possible. So what I have done through a long time with this project's been a thing for a long time, is I have added integration with Zenscript, which is a scripting language for Minecraft mod packs, basically. And I added integration with that to allow end users to kind of customize things a little bit more, add very specific things like, okay, I want like this specific context to inflict this type of damage, and basically allow you to account for that. So that's basically what I've been working on here, and well, it worked. Kind of. There was a couple bugs that I just fixed, but I wanted to write some examples, some example scripts of like using this functionality that I can put on the mod's wiki page, so that people have like examples to look to like help them set up what they want to set up. And so, that's basically what I'm doing. I'm coming up with examples, testing examples, making sure the examples work, and so that I can put them on the GitHub wiki so that people can reference them. And also debugging problems with game crashes that apparently happen because there are bugs that need to be fixed, but I have fixed them. I can't believe that's the second time my Craft Tweaker integrated. So last week I did the same thing. I was working on the same thing on Tuesday, and the game also. I also ran into a very critical bug that prevented the integration from working at all, that I like somehow missed, and now I've run into another one. So I'm gonna have to release another update today, being like, hey, you need to get this update because this update fixes a very critical issue. So that's lovely. You're writing a Minecraft mod pack and are in the process of fixing bugs. I'm writing not a mod pack, a Minecraft mod, an actual mod, as opposed to a mod pack. But more or less, yeah. Um, I realized that was a very technical description. I'm writing examples for my mod that people can reference, people can look at, while also fixing bugs. So, yeah, it's a bit of both. I really should. You know what? I might add some additional like bot commands for the mod descriptions. You know what? That's a really genius idea. I am a genius. Sorry, I just whenever I have an interesting idea, I like just calling myself a genius. That made me sound like the most that made me sound like the most pretentious person on the planet, but I assure you it has nothing to do with that. I am not pretentious. Well, I'm not like okay, I'm not pretentious. I don't think I'm getting out of this rabbit hole. I'm pretty sure I'm just done. So now I'm going to actually build the mod. So I've done all this stuff. I have command prompt open. I don't have command prompt on stream because it shows like my entire file path and stuff. I don't want to do that. But I have command prompt open. Now it's actually building the jar file that you would drag into your mods folder, or the jar file that like CurseForge or Modrinth would like download for you. I'm now actually building that jar file right now, and then I'm going to upload that jar file to GitHub, CurseForge, and Modrinth. Am I gonna do it right now? Maybe not like right now, because what I need to do now is something very special. I need to open this. Hold on. Bear with me. I'm gonna open a different editor, a different IDE. Because this IDE has like markdown preview, and now I'm going to write the wiki article for this script here. Basically, once the editor opens. And it just did. Nice. Now, I do need to add this editor as a source. Add the folders. Unable to open project. No one cares. Let's go here. Let's go to the modding folder. Now, I can't go in there. I can make a new folder called DDD Wiki. Let's select this folder. Okay. Now let's create a window thingy-majigger. A majig. Little majig. Window capture. This will be for Adam. Yeah. Okay, sure. Yep. Now take the transform for this, copy the transform for that, paste the transform for this one, so it appears right there, overlapped right on top. That's for Firefox. I don't care about that. Where did I put Atom? Atom's right here. Put Atom right there. Okay, crossfade to this. This is the different thing I'm gonna use. File, new file is just Control N. Yeah, let's close this. Close this. Close this. Close the welcome guide. All right. Now I think it's Control Shift M. Yes, dude. Markdown preview. Okay. So now I can write the wiki article. That's basically what I'm gonna be doing right now. The wiki article. So the other wiki articles I wrote the other wiki articles later, like after stream, but I might as well write them now. So I have two examples. One is the skeleton lightning arrows. And one is the mobs immune to diamond weapons. The diamond weapons thing I did last stream. The skeleton lightning arrows was something I did off stream a really long time ago. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna write. So it's gonna be. I think it needs to be 3 headers, and it's gonna be what is this? Right, true damage. And now you can see on the right side, on the right side you can see that shows up. Indeed. So, okay, true damage. In this example, I need to see, like, how the distribution... No, not the distribution builder. The... Oh, here. I need to see how it phrases it. How does it phrase it? In this example, we'll create a true damage type. Damage type that will bypass all mob resistances and armor effectiveness. That's not how you spell effectiveness. Please spell check this. Thank you. We'll define the context where this true damage will occur. Our context will be a charged creeper explosion. We want 50% of the damage from a charged creeper to be this true damage that will basically be unblockable. We'll need to create both the damage type and the distribution. Thankfully, we can do both within the same .zs file. Okay, first, let's create the damage type. Since this damage type isn't going to appear on tooltips, we only really need the bare minimum information to create this type. Is this my first mod? No, my first mod is actually a mod called Scaling Feast, which changes the way Minecraft Hunger works. This is, I think, my second mod. In terms of like order they were created, I think DDD is technically the second mod. Maybe not. DDD might be the third. This mod might be the third. But this mod, although it has less downloads than my first mod, this mod is more like the people who use this mod are more like vocal about their interest and popularity or whatever. Scaling Feast has a lot of downloads because it's in a couple mod packs. This has a lot of downloads because it is in a couple mod packs, but like people really want to like use this mod and download this mod and use this mod. So it has less downloads, but the fans are more active, I guess. I guess that's the way I want to say that. So this is going to be in Zenscript. And I'm going to basically just copy the first bit. Right here. Now, I don't need this right now, because we're not doing the casting. So we're just going to do that. And that creates the script right here for the damage type. Next, we need to define the distribution for the charge creeper explosion. I should capitalize Control F creeper. First, let's create the damage type using content tweaker and DDD's damage type builder. Next, we'll need to find distribution of charge creeper explosion. Just like the example with the skeleton lightning arrows, we will use the distribution builder. Okay, the distribution builder. I need to keep the like syntax and stuff consistent. I had that like that, and then I'm gonna need to do that for that. Okay. Now, let's throw in this part. Where am I? I'm here. we've defined the distribution weights for 50% bludgeoning and 50% of this true damage. Okay. Do you get something for the downloads? Yes. Sorry, I didn't see that for a bit. Do I get something for the downloads? I do get something for the downloads technically. So here's how it works. If you download the mod on Modrinth, you can scroll down again. I'm gonna add bot commands so that I can drop it in chat because that'd be convenient. But it is still, if you scroll down on the Twitch chat, there's like a bunch of information. There'll be a section for mods that I developed, and there should be a link to the Modrinth and the CurseForge pages for all the mods that I've developed. The more traffic a mod gets on Modrinth or on CurseForge, the more rewards, I'm gonna say, the modder gets. So for Modrinth, the reward is actual, like they give you money. Now, in total, across the 2 mods that I have published on CurseForge, now I do have more than just 3 mods. I have like 4, I think. Yeah, I have 4 mods, only 2 of which are on Modrinth. The other 2 aren't. I just haven't really gotten around to posting them. I probably should, but that's neither here nor there. Out of the 2 mods that I've posted, I have under 2,000 downloads. I have about 1,800. That 1,800 gets me about like $1.50, which is not a lot, right? I don't know. I think the way it works is that Modrinth creates a pool of there's like a pool that goes out. It gets distributed like every month or whatever, and so mods that generate more traffic obviously get a larger portion of that pool. Now, for CurseForge, it's a similar thing. However, they don't give you physical money. They give you like reward points, which you can then convert to a PayPal deposit, or you can convert it to like an Amazon gift card or other stuff like that. Now, I have gotten more rewards on CurseForge because I have a mod on CurseForge with nearly 150,000 downloads. So, and then I have another mod with about 40,000 downloads. So my total downloads is near 200,000 on CurseForge. So that has more traffic. I get more rewards out of that. However, I don't have many points. Because again, it's like a month-to-month traffic thing. If you generate traffic, you get more of that pool. Which it's definitely nice, for sure. I appreciate having it. Obviously, it does not equate to any amount of reasonable income or revenue that amounts to anything, really, with the amount that I would currently make. Maybe I'd make like 50 cents a month on average or something like that. Like that's probably what it averages out to. It doesn't average to a lot. However, and this is true for all mods in general, even the mods that get a lot of traffic, they're getting a part of this pool. Maybe they get like so many dollars a month or whatever. But really, the main way you support modders and you support mods is through a Patreon if they have it, or through a Ko-Fi if they have it, because that's how that support is really generated. Um, this is just a nice little bonus, but I do not believe that there is actually enough funds in that pool monthly for a modder to reliably and consistently use it to eat, basically. Yeah. Um, that's not to say that I don't appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that CurseForge and Modrend are putting funds into the community to help the communities out. It's just CurseForge and Modrend do not have the ability to pay all the modders a livable amount, or else they go bankrupt, right? Because there's too many modders. So this is their way of doing it, and it's a very reasonable way, in my opinion. It's just a nice little compensation. Right. So that's more or less how it works. Let's see. Where am I going here? You can find distribution ways for 50% bludgeoning and 50% of this true damage. Now we need to define the context, not the context. Let's see. What is next? Oh, that's yeah. Okay. Again, much like the skeleton lightning arrows, we'll define the context using a series of guard statements. The statements that check for the conditions where the distribution would not apply and return false on those if those checks succeed. To check for a charged creeper explosion, we can do so with the following series of... We can break it down to the following series of checks. The damage source is an explosion. The damage source was caused by a creeper. The damage source is true or immediate source was caused by a creeper. And then the last condition was that the creeper was powered. Yep. Now, how did I break this down here? I broke it down to the individual things. Checking for an explosion is easy. I need to add one more thing here. Let's have this dist for the context function. I can put this as a link that will lead to the same thing that I do here. Copy link. This needs to go here. For the context function, let's use the following parameter names. Parameter. This dist will represent the custom distribution. That also needs to be a hyperlink, because that needs to hyperlink to this point in the wiki. Is there anything else I need to hyperlink to? I probably should hyperlink to the distribution builder. Yeah. Copy link. Damage type builder. Yeah, let's just put it here. DDD's damage type builder. I also need. We'll use a distribution builder, because that's the link I had on the clipboard. Now, what's the link to the damage type builder? Copy this link. Put that there. So now these will link to the specific parts in the wiki article, and I'm only going to link one time per section. So I'm not going to link every instance of the damage type builder to this. I'm just going to link the first one within this section of the wiki article. Because if they jump, because there's a hyperlink in the skeleton lightning arrow, but if they jump past the skeleton lightning arrow because they want to read this example, it should still link. This section should not assume that they've read the other sections. Is how I basically want to do that. This dist will check for the custom distribution. Oh, I didn't check the other things. A source will represent the damage source. And this needs to come from this. Copy link. Go here, link to the Craft Tweaker article. And then target will represent the entity living base. And copy link. And paste that there, and then put that there, put that there, put that there, and put that there. Okay. Brilliant. I am gonna save this. This is gonna be true explosion dot md because it's marked down. That like changed everything. That's fine. has a Zen getter for it. So that Zen getter is gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be this. Oh, what are you doing? Okay. Yep. Return false. Um, next, nexter. Next, we check for the whatever it is, you know, the thing. Um, next we need to check and make sure that there is an entity living base as the source before checking if it is a creeper. And now add this. If the true source is an entity living base, we'll cast it to that type for use later. Whoa, what am I doing? Dude, like, drag and move it. I can't do that. Lovely. If the source is an entity living base, we'll cast it to that type for use later. Yeah, we'll just do it like that. Now, we check if it's a creeper. This is a creeper using the ID field of its entity definition. The ID field of the true sources entity definition. Zenscript, this is going to take this. There we go. Comparing it against the creeper ID. Nearly there. There's just two more things. Now we need a little bit of extra knowledge on how creepers store their powered state. If a creeper becomes a charged creeper, there is a flag in the NBT data for that creeper that gets set. That flag is the powered flag. However, newly spawned creepers, naturally spawned creepers, don't have this flag at all in their NBT data. So we need to check to see if that flag exists in the true sources NBT data before we check to see if it is true or not. We can return the result of checking if the creeper is powered or not. Both. We can return the result of checking if the creeper is powered or not. Dude, I can't listen to this music. This music is distracting me. I can't concentrate. Please stop. Why are you playing this song? Oh my gosh. I cannot concentrate with that. I cannot, like, say out loud what I'm trying to say when that song was playing. It was not happening. We can return the result of checking if the creeper is powered or not after. There we go. That's what I was looking for. After we check if the flag exists. There we go. That's a long way. That's a long-winded way of saying this whole thing here. Not entity living bay, please. We need to add an import statement at the top. To import iData. iData, copy this link, paste that there. To be safe, let's import iData in case we need it when casting the powered flag to data bool. Okay. And then what happens is don't forget the build call at the end. Our end script looks like this. Copy this. Figure out where I'm going. Boom. Paste that whole thing. What did I even write here? That flag is called the powered flag. Oh wait. Checking the Minecraft wiki on creepers. If a creeper becomes a charged creeper, there's a flag in the NPC data for that creeper that gets set. That flag is called the powered flag. However, naturally spawned creepers don't have this flag at all. This was discovered by looking at the decompiled Minecraft source code, but could be found out via trial and error. So we need to check to see if that flag exists in the true source NPC data. Before we check to see if it is true or not, we can return the result of checking if the creeper is powered or not after we check if the flag exists. Makes sense? That is... Yeah, that's that. So now what I can do is now that I have this, and that's right there, I can like copy this after I look it over. It makes sense. It looks good. Um, I can now go to I can edit the Zenscript examples. Scroll down to the bottom. I'm gonna cross-reference and make sure that it is in fact. Oh, it's only two. Whoops. That header is only two. That was like the smallest visual change, but wait, there's one other thing I need to add. Now, some mods may add additional creepers, additional creeper variants. What about them? If the creeper variant can be charged, or I should say powered, the same flag is likely to be used, so there's no problem there. However, we can create a creature type which I'll need to copy that reference for. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I found a typo in something on the wiki. There's a capital A when there shouldn't be. To that represents all the creepers we have in our pack and add all those creepers to that type. Then instead of checking the entity definition ID, we can instead check the mob for its creature type to see if it has this creeper creature type. There you go. Add that little blurb at the end as like a exercise for the reader. Anyone who went to university was immediately triggered by hearing that, which is really funny. PTSD intensified, dude. Exactly. Exactly. Um, let's see. I can probably show you on the wiki what it looks like now. Let's see, because I just put it on the wiki. What is going on here? Whoops, no, properties. Okay, but why you no do? What are you doing? Hello? Oh, okay. Um, can you exist? It's not existing. It won't exist. Why not? Alright, fine, dude. I do one thing that's like not cool and it like breaks everything. I'll just add it back. Window capture, add existing, add the Firefox. Transform. Fit to screen. Why? Dude, why? Dude, I pressed a button and broke it. Dude, that's freaking awesome. It really is code, dude. I, like, broke everything. How did I do that? Fit to screen. Dude, like, look at this. Oh, shoot, dude, it works. That's crazy. I just need to do that. All right, hold on. Let me, like, set it up. I really just needed to do that, and then it would refresh it. But now it doesn't exist. Anyway, whatever. Wait, but why? No, oh, dude, dude, look at that. Now it exists. Now I can modify it. Fine. Center to screen. No, don't center to screen. Center. I don't want to show like the toolbar and shit because it doesn't matter. Center horizontally. Oh my gosh, why was that the biggest aggravation of my entire life? We got it though. We're good. We're good. We're good. Hold on. Wait, what the? Yes. This. Dude, do this. Okay. So, this is the wiki article for the thing. I scroll down. This is the mobs immune to dying weapons thing that I did last time. And now down here we have our true damage example that we created today. And this is just what I just wrote. It's now on the wiki. Hooray. Oh my gosh, that was a massive pain. My black screen. What? Oh, wait, I know why. Duh. Okay. Yep. Fixed it. Oh my gosh. Technical difficulties. We got there. Um, anyway, so that's that. So I don't need this anymore. Um, hooray! Look, we did it! We did it! That took forever. Why? Dude, Twitch, why is that still there? It's still showing me the goal finished and thing. Like, I can't see my stream. Um, my goodness, that was crazy. All right, hooray! That's that. And it successfully built. So now I'm going to push these to uh GitHub and Modrinth and CurseForge, and then we'll be done. Hooray. Draft new release. Wait! Hold on. I can't do that yet. Get me out of this debug view. I need to change something fundamentally important. Very crucial. This needs to be a 2. Okay. Now we're good. I need to build it again. V1.6.2. We're finally getting there. Okay. It really is code, dude. Really is. All right. We got there. I gotta take. Okay, it finished building. Now go to here, 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 here. That didn't even build the right thing. Yeah, whatever, who cares? Well, like, it built the right. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's an important fix to get out. Now I will upload it to CurseForge quickly. While I'm here. While I'm here. And Modrons, obviously. I'll upload to all the places. 1.12.2, the thingy. This thing. Damage descriptions 1.12.2 V 1.6.2. Now I have to get the freaking dependencies for this DDD dependencies. Where are you? DDD moderate dependencies. Because it doesn't save it. Why not? Constructs. Armory. Optional. Add dependency. Tinker's construct. Add dependency. Craft tweaker. Add dependency. And Huela. Add dependency. Okay. Is the release 1.6.2 on Forge, and it is 1.12.2. Create it. Dude, create it. Okay, it created. Yay, okay. That exists. And now I do CurseForge. Distinct damage descriptions, go to edit, files, upload file. It's the same thing. I think I can drag and drop it, right? Yeah, I'm not streaming this part because I'm not. Um, but it shouldn't take very long. Descriptions 1.12.2 V 1.6.2. Not 1.16.3. Dude, 1.6.2. Environment, I didn't put anything there. It doesn't matter. Forge, Java 8. Java 8. Minecraft 1.12.2. Bug with content. I really should automate this, but I don't know how to automate it. Untrigger damage types not being registered. Include project relations. Yeah, there is a Gradle task I can set up to like automate the upload, but I don't know how to do that. I'm not smart enough, so I just don't do it. Okay. What am I doing? All right, we got it. We got there. We did thing. Thing done. Thing completed. Accomplishment achieved. Why is this over here? Okay. We're good. I don't need that anymore. Okay. Hooray! We did it. Now, I might probably want to do, like, another... We have this. So we're still doing this, but we did this one, right? I want to do something with game stages. To basically... I'll probably do this next week. But basically what I want to do is I want to set it up so that there's this mod called Game Stages, if you're not familiar with it. And basically what it can do is it kind of does what it says on a tin. It adds game stages, like actual stages in the game. And you can say like, oh, you can't pick up these items until you have this game stage because you can't. And so what I want to do is basically set it up so that, or set up an example using game stages, like, hey, when you trigger a certain game stage, mobs that now spawn have, like, different resistances, or, like, increased resistances, or something, right? Because that would be cool. Because you can make it so that if you reach a certain stage in the game, maybe mobs have, like, immunity to, like, physical damage now, and now you have to rely on other stuff to get rid of them. That could be really dope. And I want to set up an example using that because that'd be hype. Then I want to set up integration with Between Lands, that mod. I need to fix Huela a little bit. How would you measure that? So game stages, the mod itself, you create game stages, you like set up game stages, and then under whatever trigger conditions you set, you like increment the game stage, right? It could be when you craft a certain item or whatever, you increment a game stage, and that game stage could be basically incremented or set through a variety of different means, but you can then gatekeep things behind certain game stages. And one thing I'd like to do, because I have an event, right? I have an event. In DDD, there is the following event. Let me just get this here. There is the following event. The IDDD Assign Mob Resistances event. This event is fired when a mob is spawned in the world. It is only ever fired once per mob. It is even fired for players too. It will fire once for each player when they join the world for the first time and never again, so keep that in mind. This event is designed to allow you to alter a mob's resistances permanently when they spawn to create conditional resistances, such as mobs having special resistances when spawned in certain dimensions, etc. Or, alternatively, giving them special resistances or increased resistances if you've reached a certain game stage. So there is a game stage mod, and basically you would in this resistances, you would check since it extends iLiving event, you might be able to check the resistance, like, sorry, you might be able to check to see which game stage is in place. I need to check to see how game stages work. I believe game stages are measured on a per-player basis, so ideally you would have to check for, like, if any player has exceeded this game stage, then spawn, like, increase their resistances or whatever, right? I believe. Let me check that real quick. There is a wiki here. Okay. Now I can put this back. Game stages is a framework for creating progression systems and mod packs. These progression systems are built around stages, which are named flags that can be given to or taken from players. On their own, stages have no meaning or functionality. It is up to you to create this meaning by configuring other mods. Many mods can be configured to react differently to players based on the stages they do/don't have. Features like locking crafting recipes or preventing certain mobs from spawning are provided by third-party add-ons. This mod only provides the tool and interface required for these add-ons to communicate with each other. The following features are built into game stages. Craft Creaker scripts can interface with stage data. So, like, I can use... Is it even going to mention it? It's not going to. I would probably have to look at it through here, this is the Craft Tweaker wiki. There's probably something on game stages here, right? Right. Yes, game stages. Introduction. We'll hook into Craft Teacher for customization. Learn more about set add-ons in the section of darks. Yes. Player features. The Game Stages API expands Craft Tweaker's iPlayer functionality to allow you to check and modify a player's stages. Has game stage. Yeah, so you do this, right? So basically what I believe you would need to do is you get the world, right? You get the world. You probably get the world. Because you can then get world info. No, dude, I need the server. Ice server. Server extends iCommand sender, so all methods that are available for an iCommand sender. You can access the server handler using the server global keyword. No, I need to get like a list of players. That's different. Get entity, set localization, localize. That's different as well. Access game functions. Oh, that's this. Commands. iCommand manager. No, that's different. Because this server... I want to get a list of players. I want to get a list of players. That's gonna be hard. Utils. That's different. Variable types. That's different. iWorld info. Last time played. rain time, save version, seed, spawn X1Y, thunder time, version ID, version name, world name, difficulty locked, initialize, map feature enable thundering, version snapshot. Does the world have this? Is remote, is raining, get moon phase, is daytime, get world time, get dimension, surface world dimension type, world info, provider, sea level, random. Get biome, get brightness, get block, get or set block state, spawn entity, create lightning bolt, add weather effect, remove entity, ray trace result, pick block, spawn chunk, extinguish fire, explosion, perform explosion. Huh. This might be trickier than I thought. There's gotta be a way, though. There's gotta be a way. That's for a whole bunch of other stuff, which is different. Huh. Because from there, I need to get thing. Hello, play games okay. How are you? Maybe it's under global functions. I already looked under global functions, didn't I? I really did. Data damage, enchantments, game liquids, players. That's for that. I world. Huh. There is definitely a way this could be done. I just need to figure out how to access the server to access the players. Display name, position, world, server. I need to get a list of iPlayers. Send chat and status message. Give teleport execute. Set cooldown. Dude, that's tricky. That's tricky. Maybe there's something in game stages. Oh, mob stages. Mob stages allow for mob spawning to be configured into a custom progression system. Okay, that's different though. Brings all the mods together for all simple integration tools help make stage mod packs much easier to create. And stages comes with useful messaging to add staging to mobs items along with the debug method to check if you have not staged something on more than one stage. Provide stage class within the stager. Storage page. Okay, Zen stager. Creates a stage. On method get a stage, get a map of the stagers which I created. Get a map of staged liquids. Or stages. Dude, that's tricky. That is tricky. Own custom things to stage. As it requires you to set the stage to a type. Get custom type. Block break. Is there a way to just check if like someone has a stage? There really isn't. Wow, that's interesting. There's just that and there's just that. I'll have to think about that one. That might not be possible the way I had anticipated it. Interesting. I might have to do some real next level magic to get that to work. Um, so that's a thing. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But that's fine. Um, I'm going to do whatever I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. All right. I'll have to finish that later, or like I'll basically have to brainstorm that and stuff, and then I can work on these things. But I'm gonna call it here, cause yep, it kind of looks jank, that transition. I'll have to look into that. I probably configured something wrong with it. I don't know. But yes, we have 40 followers. Hype, dude. Hype. We are very close to that affiliate milestone, which is going to be super, super exciting. Um, so I'm going to quickly plug a couple things here. There's this. That's the GitHub for the mods, if you want to check out. That's the most important thing. You can also join the Discord just to get stream notifications and to interact with other people. Check out, and there's individual sections in the server for the individual mods that I've developed, which you can take roles for if you wish to unlock things. And you can offer stream suggestions and all that other stuff there, which is great. Is my YouTube, where I post highlights and clips. Today at 8 o'clock, there will be an actual highlight video, not just like a YouTube short, like an actual highlight video. Just a 3-minute thing. But I'll be posted at 8 EST. So be subscribed for that. It'll be a little funny thing. It's from one of the Sunburn streams, like the last one. Just a small little thing. I think it's pretty funny. And yeah, that's basically it. I do have a Twitter. I'll plug that too. But I don't really use it that often. But you know, it's there. I need to probably use it a little bit more. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make sure that I have all that plugged. And now that I have whored myself out like that, yeah.